Hello, everybody, and welcome to the brand new Kentucky Speedway here in Sparta, Kentucky. A brand new racetrack, the second new racetrack of the season here, as 42 drivers getting ready to figure out how this track will race for the first time in its history, as the championship comes down to maybe the final stretch, and we're not quite there yet. But every race that we race will decide who gets to hold the trophy at the end of the season. It's heating up. It's getting good. We'll see if Kentucky has any drama. Let's get through the starting lineup. On pole is Peter Lane, a possible championship contender, starting on pole. And to his outside, Caleb Lane, the Lanes, starting on the front row. Row 2 is Carlson Bevelst, Rookie of the Year candidate, and Aline McThydig to his outside. Row 3 is Doge Workington and current points leader Puram Shavastava. We'll see if that lasts, or will something happen to him. In row 4 is Anton Alvarez and Ronnie Martin, a couple teammates there. Row 5 is Mark Guerrero and Kellen Short. Row 6 is Mark Evans and Michael Parsons. Row 7 is Kurt Perkins and Kyler Strite, also teammates there, lining up beside each other. Alex Davidson and Sierra Reno. And row 8. Row 9 is Dick Patrick and Luke Evans. Row 10 is the current Rookie of the Year leader, Angel Gutierrez, and to his outside, Dan Sedgwick. Row 11 is Skippy Larson and Ryan Scarrett, a championship contender, perhaps starting a bit farther back than he wants to. And also on the outside lane, that might be a detriment to him. Row 12 is Wandre Wilson and Fleet Cruz. Row 13 is Tegan Fox and Nelson Reeves. Row 14 is Manuel Sanchez and Matthew Hubert. Row 15 is Owen Rose and Tsukamoto Kazuko. Row 16 is Willie Costa and Ezekiel Garcia Ball. Row 17 is Leroy Conwell and Neil Dick. Row 18 is Riley Smith and S.T. Craig. Row 19 is Ella Baker, replacing Derek Kennedy in the 24, and Jonathan Marks to her outside. In row 20 is Tony Santori Jr. and Patrick Kamitz. And in the final row is Samuel Levester and Montana Sherman, 42nd out of this 42-car field. Let's waste no further time and get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines.
And there go the engines. They're fired up, and the cars are rolling. For the first time here in Kentucky Speedway history, 42 drivers will have to figure out this racetrack. They've done practice, they've done qualifying, but of course that won't translate to the race, as the pace car will pull in. Peter Lane, Caleb Lane, leading the field to green for the first time in Kentucky Speedway history. He's going to see the green flag, and we are underway. Lane will easily clear Peter Lane, will easily clear Caleb Lane on the outside. And now Vebels will start fighting for that second place position. Looks like the inside line has a bit of an advantage to start off this race, and Vebels will also clear Lane. Alvarez thinking about 3 wide there for a quick second, did not make the move there. And Vebels is already going for the lead to start off this race. Who's going to lead lap number 1 coming out of turn 4? It looks like maybe Peter Lane will beat him out, and he will. He'll clear again for the lead, and he'll lead lap number 1 in Kentucky Speedway history as Vebels drives it into the corner, into turn 1, trying to get the lead. Trying to make the first lead change in Kentucky Speedway history happen as they battle off of turn 2 here. Workington moving into third place right behind as the 2 red cars in front of him battle it out for position as they come around turn 4. Looks like Vebels has cleared for the most part, and he's going to lead lap number 2. The first lead change in Kentucky Speedway history. And he'll easily take the lead over from Peter Lane. Mark Guerrero looks like he's making good progress, charging his way through the field, going to clear for 4th place. And maybe look for 3rd place over Doge Borkington here. Caleb Lane trying to hang on to 5th place here, but Ronnie Martin has other ideas. Trying to get a bumper underneath the 46 here, his teammate. As they battle it out for 5th place, looks like Martin will easily win that battle, but Lane will try to counteract, maybe on the high side here, as top 4 getting a bit closer to each other here. We might have a battle here inside the top 4 here soon. Not yet. Everybody is kind of waiting a bit. Peter Lane, I think, might have a run here entering turn 3. It looks like he's got a strong car and is looking to try to get the lead here again. Got a good run up at turn 4. Is he going to make a move? Not yet. But probably maybe here into turn 1. Yes, he is. He's going to make a move. He's got the run. Side by side for the lead once again. Peter Lane with the advantage here. Vettel's trying to hang on. It looks like he might give up that spot. Nope, not quite. He dropped back a bit. Maybe a bit of strategy going on there with Vettel's. Nope. Peter Lane will clear for the lead again. And he's back out front. But will Vettel try to do a crossover move there? No, he will not. I'll just let Peter Lane have it. As we have completed now 5 laps in Kentucky Speedway history. Vettel's peaking just a bit, not close enough to make a move. Meanwhile, Guerrero is making a move for 3rd place again. Oh, I'm a bit of a mess today, aren't I? But yeah, Doge Workington will hang on to his 3rd place for now. As the front of the field gets a bit strung out here, single file. Racetrack starting to weather in. And Peter Lane starting to pull away here a bit. See the gap this time by between him and 2nd. It's grown slightly, but Vettel's, again, looks like he's got a strong car too. Trying to stay with it. Guerrero thought about making a move once again for 3rd place, but didn't have any room. Could not make the move. He'll stay right behind Workington. Alvarez up into 5th place. 6th place is Ronnie Martin. 7th place, Caleb Lane drops back to. Kurt Perkins into the top 5, trying to fight for a championship. His teammate Kairos just try right behind him. Top 5? I meant top 10. Whoops. But yeah, Perkins trying to counteract Stravosova's championship hunt. Because he's in the championship battle as well, trying to make a move on the 36. He might be 3rd in points, but all points matter at this point in the season. But it looks like Stravosova has got a strong enough car. He's going to hang on and try to go for 4th place there. Or not 4th place. 7th. 8th. There we go. But it looks like McThydig might hang on here. Nope. Side by side here. Every position matters for Stravosova. Currently, what happened last week at RRP with his engine blowing up, he has no idea if he's going to get a penalty or not. And he wants to make up a ton of points on current place Ryan Scarrett, who is, looks like he's not having a good race right now. He's currently in 24th, and he hasn't really improved a lot. Whatever points penalty he's going to get from this, from the presumable, from the penalty, he needs a good gap over Scarrett if he wants to keep the points lead, as McThydig is trying to go for 7th place. Stravosova right behind. Thought about making it 3 wide. Wasn't close enough. Alvarez going for 4th place. He's going to easily clear. Meanwhile, Workington's going for 2nd place. That's going to allow Peter Lane up front to start pulling away somewhat. Yeah, that kind of rhymes. Side by side here between the 2 young drivers. One's a rookie, one's not. But it looks like Workington will clear for 2nd place, looking for a strong run today. His first strong run of the season, pretty much. But Vettel's crossover move, trying to get 2nd place back. But the run does not stick. He'll stay right behind the 14 machine. As Workington starts to pull away a bit, looks like Workington has a fast car underneath him. Peter Lane currently holding the fastest lap. Still a bit single-filed out there. Stravosova making some moves behind. Looks like McThydig got around Caleb Lane, and Stravosova is going to take advantage of that as he continues to move through the field. Just try right behind him, also making moves as well. As Caleb Lane looks like he's struggling a bit there with that 46 underneath him. Wayne trying to hang on to at least a top ninth place, excuse me. Not quite in threat of losing at top 10, but he'll hang on to ninth place. Sis trying to make a move once again, but they get single filed out. No one can quite make a move there yet. Wayne continuing to pull away here. His lead is now up to... No, it actually decreased that time, but it was almost up to a second as Alvarez is trying to go for third place. Can't quite make the move on Vevelst. But yeah, Peter Wayne looks like he's got a strong car. Of course, he won the pole. And, well, it looks like the setup is good enough to keep the first place position for now. See what's happening behind. ST Craig kind of struggling here. Like he struggled at RRP. Looks like Craig has fallen off a bit since his streak of top 10s. And it looks like Sherman is making his way through the field here, starting 20. He started 42nd and is already up to 32nd through 10 laps. Looks like he might have a strong car to possibly sneak his way into the top 10, maybe. There is Scarrett right there, still running in 24th. Hasn't improved. Hasn't been bad. Just been mediocre. But that's not what you need right now with Shrivastava in a nice top 10 position right now. And especially with the points penalty that could be coming, he needs to improve in these next couple laps as Lane continues to pull away. Kind of gotten into a bit of a dull spot as everybody... Looks like Davidson might have had a mechanical issue or something. Yeah, he did. Camshaft issue for Alex Davidson, and poor him. He had to retire from the race because of that. But yeah, we got into a spot of the race where it's just everybody's cooled down. Everybody wants to keep their tires fresh. And so nobody's being a bit aggressive. Nobody's trying to go for position, although I say that, and Guerrero's looked like he was trying to go for third place there. Speaking of which, Alvarez now into third place and Guerrero up to fourth place, so Vevel's dropped a couple positions there. Ronnie Martin's starting to catch up to this pack bit as Vevel's is trying to get fourth place back. Side by side with Guerrero here. Martin trying to take advantage of that as well. Running the same line as Vevel's, and Vevel's is going to clear. Will Ronnie Martin also clear? Get himself into the top 5? Yes, he will. Well, he hasn't quite cleared yet, but he barely beat out Guerrero at the line there for the position. But Guerrero will fight back on the outside here. And it looks like Guerrero will win that battle and stay in the top 5. Borkington has cut the gap down slightly, but it's still a nice, comfortable lead for Peter Lane here as he continues to dominate the early stages of this race. See the gap this time by. It's grown somewhat more again. Vevel's trying to get back into third place, meanwhile, trying to get around Alvarez. Alvarez looks like he'll hang on the outside, though. Ronnie Martin again trying to get around Guerrero. It fails once again as he continues to work. Trying to get back into the top 5, or excuse me, get into the top 5 for the first time today. Shrivastava with a nice 7th right now, running comfortably. Looks like Perkins has fallen back somewhat. Not very good for his championship hopes here. 3 wide between a couple of drivers, Manuel Sanchez, Kazuko, and Mark Evans. Evans is starting to fall back a bit. Sanchez picking up a couple positions here into the top 15 he goes. And there is Scarrett once again. Looks like he's finally trying to pick up some positions here for once. After kind of stalling out, if you will. Or just content with staying in 24th for the time being. Looked like Riley Smith was going to try to take it 3 wide there, but thought better of it. Did not quite make a move. As Scarrett now battles with Wandre Wilson for, I believe, 23rd, maybe. 22nd, yeah. So Scarrett has at least made up one position right now as he's in a big battle between a bunch of drivers here in the outside the top 20. But it's been all quiet pretty much out front. Alvarez has gotten him back around Vevel's for third place as these these two continue to battle. And the gap continues to grow. Oh, almost contact there. Vebbels showing how aggressive he is a bit. Trying to move Alvarez out of the way, perhaps. Trying to get third place. And yeah, Peter Wayne has a massive lead right now over Borkington. You could just barely see him in the background. Hasn't quite gotten close to lap traffic here, as Alan Rose is currently in last. As he will lead another lap. And the lead has been cut just a bit there. So Borkington looks like sometimes he has a strong lap and cuts into the lead. Other times he loses all that time. So I'm not sure if Borkington has a strong enough car to battle for the lead, but if he can get those laps down perfectly, he might have a chance here, as we got a battle here for 9th place. Sustry trying to get 9th place. Meanwhile, Kellen Short is trying to get 11th. And maybe more. Now the run not quite strong enough on the inside line as she thought it would be, but Sustry is going to clear for 9th place. Short once again trying the low line here in the tri-oval. Looks like that might work out. Not quite. But we'll be able to maybe pick up 11th here as he continues. She continues to battle with Parsons. No, it looks like Parsons will be able to hang on to 11th for now. Alvarez has pulled away from Vebbels here, maybe eyeing 2nd place here. Got a bit of speed on Borkington here as Borkington continues to lose time over Peter Lane. And gained somewhat there again. But lost a ton of time the last lap. Or the lap before, excuse me. And Borkington is just kind of stuck in 2nd place, if you will. Martin trying once again to get into the top 5. Trying to make a move on Guerrero. Doesn't quite have the run to beat the 20 today, for now at least. The gap this time shrinks just a bit. So Borkington maybe consistently now putting up faster laps than Peter Wayne right now. But I don't think fast enough to catch up with him during this run. Until green flag pit stops, that is. As Lane in danger of losing a top 10 position here. Kellen Short trying to get by the 46 here. Side by side. And it looks like Short might get clear here of Caleb Lane, and she will. Into the top 5 goes the 99. Oh, and Borkington has taken a huge gap out of the lead there. Still battling for 8th is Guerrero and Martin there. But yeah, Borkington has cut a nice gap out of the leader's time. Consistently putting up fast times now is the 14 machine. This is what Borkington needs if he wants to be able to battle for the lead here soon. See the lap times, the gap this time. Oh, it's grown again, so looks like Peter Lane had a better lap there that time. And I think Peter Lane just has the better car underneath him right now. Any battles going on? Perkins losing a position. Back into 14th he goes. I just swapped my mic. 37 mechanical issue. Hubert. Oh, and he's smoking a ton there. Might get in the way of the leaders. No, he's in turn 4. No, he's in turn 2. Oh, no. Might get in the way of the leaders here, but it looks like he'll bring it back to pit road safely. But yeah, another mechanical issue here for another driver here. Very unfortunate for the 37. And he'll bring it to pit road. Won't impede the leaders whatsoever. Stravasova starting to close in on Ronnie Martin here. Not close enough to make a move yet, but kind of eyeing that 6th place there. The gap shrinks a bit this time around. Borkington needs to put up more consistent laps than that if he wants a chance at the lead here, or maybe do some, interesting strategy during pit stops, possibly. Stravostova now has closed up to the back bumper. Martin looked like he was trying to make a move there, but couldn't quite clear the 92 there. So let's try making his way through the field too as he gets around McThydig for 8th place. Kellen Short also possibly looking to get around the 91 as well. Perkins looking to pick up another position here. Looks like he's fallen back to 15th. The number 5 machine, this is not what he needs when he's fighting for the championship, and is currently sitting 3rd in points. As Stravostova looks like he's going to gain another position here over Ronnie Martin if he can clear the 92 here. And it looks like he will off of turn 4. So the 36 slots into 6th place. Lane continuing to dominate. It looks like the 37 will be out of the race now with the header issue. Another mechanical issue to another driver here. So far, we're pretty clean for these first 31 laps or so, as looks like Alvarez might be closing in on Borkington here soon. Oh, the gap grew big there. Huge time gained by Peter Lane here. Looks like maybe Borkington worn out the tires somewhat there. Now it's over 2 seconds. He gained like almost a second on Borkington there. That's amazing. But yeah, it looks like Borkington doesn't have as strong as a car as he would like to right now. As Lane looks like he'll lead another lap without any contention at all. And he gains more, almost 3 seconds the lead now for Peter Lane. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with Workington, or does Peter Lane just have a stronger long-run car? That is the question here today, folks. Fleet Cruz into the top 10, I believe. Yes, he is, and looking to make another move here. Trying to go for 9th place here over McThydig, as big battle back here. Caleb Lane, Kellen Short, Manuel Sanchez, and Michael Parsons. Perkins has fallen back a bit. Looks like he doesn't have a strong car right now during this run. Kazuko looks like she does. So does Wilson. Evans continues to fall back. Scarrett is currently sitting 21st right now, just outside the top 20. But it still doesn't look like he has a fast car right now. He's not really making up positions. I mean, he's made up a couple positions last time we checked. Sherman into the top 30. Looks like Sherman has got a good car underneath him right now after starting 42nd. And it looks like he's going to head to pit road. We got pit stops here. A lot of cars heading to pit road. There's Vebelst. And also a lot of cars staying out. The leaders stay out. Now it looks like Peter Lane did not. Looks like he pitted, so Workington currently has the lead. That's not going to last. He's going to head to pit road. As he slows down here, he'll head to pit road. So is Alvarez. He's coming in. Ronnie Martin will stay out another lap. So will Kyler Sistry. McThydig in as well. Oh, a bit of contact there almost. Where is Peter Lane? There he is. He just exited pit road there. And I'm betting Martin and Sistry this time will probably pit. And it looks like, well, besides Riley Smith and Ryan Scarrett, looks like they're the only two that have stayed out. Martin looks like he'll be heading in this time by. And he is in. So is Sistry. Peter Lane out. And it looks like these two will also be coming in. And we'll see where Workington and Alvarez cycle out. And Lane has already passed them. So good pit stop there by Peter Lane. And he's going to hang on to his nice lead. We'll see if maybe Vebelst can take advantage of getting into second place. He'll at least take over third place here, so good pit stop there by Carlson Vebels. Stravosova into currently 5th place right now, as I presume these guys are not even close to making their pit stops complete. As there goes Martin out, and Peter Lane has already blown right by them. Battle for second now. Vebels trying to get second place here. Side by side here, Carlson Vebels. Looks like they made a good adjustment there. Alvarez trying to get around, or excuse me, Stravosova trying to get around Alvarez here, and it looks like that's going to work out. Fleet Cruz also battling here as well. Manuel Sanchez into the top 10. Looks like he had a good pit stop. And there are the guys who just came out of pit road here, and they've shuffled up the field a bit. Sherman up into the top 20, I believe. We'll see what his position is at the line. Yes, he is. So, yeah, Sherman has a really strong car here, and a good pit stop for him as well. Very impressive run for the rookie right now, as he continues to make his way through the field. And the gap is now over 4 seconds, as Peter Wayne continues to dominate here right now. Vebels just doesn't have anything to respond, and the lead continues to grow. Cruz peaking for 4th place here. Did not have the run though, could not get around the 36th there, and he'll just stay right behind Stravosova. Maybe we'll try it again here. No, not quite, as Stravosova starts to pull away a bit. Alvarez falls back to 6th place. Guerrero looks like he had a bit of a slower stop. He falls back to 7th, with Manuel Sanchez eyeing him. Aline McThydig up into 9th place, I believe, as Caleb Lane is currently fighting with Ronnie Martin for a top 10 position. And it looks like he's going to win that battle, with a train of cars right behind. Nelson Reeves, Kyler Sistri, and Kazuko right behind. Sherman continuing to make his way through the field. I believe he's now in the top 15. Looks like Perkins is now struggling a bit more as he's fallen back a bit. Looks like he didn't have a good pit stop. Scarrett even farther back now. He did not have a good pit stop either. That strategy of staying out the longest did not work out for him, and it's going to cost him dearly. Sherman again looking to get around another driver. 3 wide for a bit there. Oh, Perkins is shoving the issue here, making room on the bottom as he's trying to get around Mark Evans here. Cannot quite clear yet. Meanwhile, Sherman trying to get closer to the top 10 here, trying to get around the 64. And it looks like he will clear off of turn 4. So Sherman's amazing run continues as he continues to show that he has a fast car, a strong car underneath him. Almost 3 wide there for a second. And he is just passing everybody right now. He gets by Reeves. He gets by Martin. He's almost inside the top 10 here. He just needs to get around Caleb Lane here. What a great run here by Montana Sherman right now. He's going to get by his teammate too, maybe. Looks like Sistri might hang on. I might actually use the outside line to his advantage. No, not quite. Didn't quite have enough of a run to use the outside line. As Stravosova starting to close in on Borkington here. It's still a massive lead for Peter Lane. And it looks like that will not be changing anytime soon unless a caution comes out. Caleb Lane still fighting with Sistri back here. That might help Sherman a bit here as he tries to get around the 55. And yes, that's going to work out for him. Into 11th place goes Montana Sherman. He hasn't quite cleared yet, but now he's got to run on the bottom. Caleb Lane slid up a bit. Side by side here for a top 10 position here. This would be an incredible run for Montana Sherman. 42nd to 10th right now. And the race isn't even over yet. We're not even at the halfway point of the race yet. Look at Sherman. He's got plenty of speed underneath that 15 machine. See how many positions he can make up by the end of this race here. A little bit of update farther behind. Looks like Perkins has Picked up another position as he gets around Wilson. Oh, almost thought about 3 wide there. Didn't have enough room to get underneath Mark Evans there, side by side with Kazuko there. As Perkins trying to catch up there. But Shrivastava is just so far out in front. Currently in fourth place, not third place. Lead shrunk a bit, but it's still a massive lead here for Peter Wayne. Jonathan Marks is not having the strongest of days. Looks like most of the Pontiacs are not that strong right now. Very unfortunate for someone who's going to retire later at the end of the season. Noah Baker, kind of having a strong run here. Currently sits 32nd, but was farther up in the field earlier. Looks like Scared has dropped some positions here, so this is not the race Scared needed to for the championship. This is not what he needed at all. As now Sistra is going to get back around Montana Sherman for the top 10 here. Maybe Sherman trying to use the outside line to his advantage. He might hang on here as they're side by side, but it looks like Sistra will have the advantage. He'll have the run out of turn 2 and clear. Sherman will have to try to counteract that move. Sistra starting to pull away a bit somewhat after making that move, so maybe Sherman has a bit of a stronger short run car than a long run car maybe. Lead now over 5 seconds between Peter Wayne and Carlson Vebels here. We're now past the halfway point in the race, and he just hasn't looked... He hasn't slowed down a bit here since the drop of the green flag and winning the pole. He's led most of the laps, except for when Vebels led those couple laps, but ever since then, he hasn't looked back. Except during pit stops, of course. It looks like Sherman cannot quite catch up to Sistra here, but at least he's trying to hang on to 11th place here, but Caleb Lane has other ideas. Looked for room on the bottom, there was none. Perkins slowly making his way through the field again. Now that move did not quite work. Trying to get back into the top 15. Trying to make a move on Mark Evans here. Does he have a run here? Entering turn 3? No, he'll stay right behind the 23. Nelson Reeves getting around Caleb Lane. That saved Sherman a bit. Still has a big gap between him and his teammate right now, as it looks like Aline McThydig is trying to go for 8th place here. 91 Machine trying to get around the 1. And he'll easily clear out of turn 2. Maybe not. Manuel Sanchez trying to hang on to that position. And it looks like he might be able to... Not quite. They stay side by side. That's going to reel in Cairo Sistra here, and maybe it'll become a 3-car battle here soon. Not quite. Looks like McThydig will be able to clear the 1. Still hasn't quite cleared yet. Now he does. And now Sistra is looking for that 8th place position. Didn't have enough of a run to get underneath the 91. But Sanchez will fall back into 10th place. Still a bit single-filed out here, strung out. Definitely strung out front. Peter Wayne leads another lap, continuing to dominate. The gap shrunk a bit. It's under 5 seconds now, but I don't think Vebels is fast enough compared to Peter Wayne. Fastest lap goes to Neil Dick, who has a 33.888. And Peter Wayne is the 4th fastest car on the list there, as you see. Noah Baker has fallen back into the last of the running cars right now. It's like Jonathan Marks has jumped up a bit, but not a lot. Peter Wayne is still not close enough to even sniff lap traffic here, as Vebels loses time there again as the gap continues to grow. Sherman starting to close back into the top 10 here, as Manuel Sanchez starts falling back some more. Perkins into 13th here as he continues to slowly make his way through the field. Maybe he'll have a chance at Shrivastava by the end of this. We'll see. We'll see how the pit strategy goes as well. They have to pit another time. So let's trying to get back into 8th place here. Or trying to get into 8th place for the first time today, excuse me. And he'll easily clear McThydig. But McThydig might pull a crossover here. Crossover move into turn 1. But it looks like Sustry will hang on. Sherman trying to get back into the top 10. Trying to get clear Emmanuel Sanchez. And he will easily off of turn 1. And off of turn 2. Back inside the top 10 as his strong run continues. And we have now officially reached, I believe, 40 or 30 laps to go. 40 laps to go. Yeah, that is right. So 40 laps to go here. Still a long way away from the checkered flag. But it looks like it's been a very clean first race at Kentucky here as Peter Lane comes off of turn 4 to lead another lap here. See if he's extended the lead some more as pit stops there. Garcia Ball on pit road again. Does he have a mechanical issue? Does he have something wrong? Yes, he does. Fuel system issue. Very unfortunate for him. So that's an unscheduled stop for the 17 machine, and that'll probably put him a lap down. Yeah, he's already a lap down. He might go 2 down here. Very unfortunate for Garcia Ball, as he continues to be the most inconsistent man in RMS history. And Lane will put him back another lap down. Bevel's now crossing the line here. The gap, I think it's grown somewhat. Yes, it has, just slightly. And Sherman is going to get around McThydig for 9th. So another position for Montana Sherman here as he continues to charge his way through the field. Thanks to strategy, thanks to a long run car, it's working out pretty well for Montana Sherman. Didn't seem like it was going to be that way from the start, but no, he continues to have a fast car, but McThydig trying to counteract that move. Couldn't quite make a move there, but very close to the back bumper of the 15 there. Perkins up to 12th place. He has passed another car here. Kind of stalled out a bit as he's trying to catch up with Manuel Sanchez here. McThydig trying to get back around for 9th place. Got a bit of a run here, but Sherman will use the advantage to the outside here. Maybe... No, not quite. It's a good exit off of turn 2, and he'll hold on to 9th place. And now is looking to track down his teammate, Kairi Sustry, in 8th place. Battle here, Anton Alvarez versus Mark Guerrero here. 4th, 6th place. Alvarez trying to hang on to 6. Guerrero trying to get 6. So Sherman brain right now. And it looks like Alvarez will hang on to 6th place. Srivastava trying to pick up another position here to extend his points lead. And he cannot get around Doge Borkington just yet. Hold on. Got a good run here as they continue to be side by side here for 3rd place, but it looks like Borkington might not quite. Can't quite hang on. Srivastava will beat him out to the line for 3rd, but he hasn't quite cleared yet. That's the thing. It's one thing to catch a driver, it's another thing to pass him. But it looks like Borkington got a good run. Will hang on to 3rd place. So good run there by Borkington to hang on to 3rd place as Guerrero tries once again, and he'll easily clear Alvarez this time. Oh, Perkins has fallen back somewhat this time. He's lost progress. He's 12th this time. Now he's back to 14th. So it looks like 17 came back out. So Garcia Ball 2 laps down now. Very unfortunate for him. Sherman hasn't quite pulled away here from McThydig just yet. McThydig still making it a bit of a threat as Wilson's up to 11th place behind. It's like Sustry is starting to close in on Alvarez. Alvarez maybe has a shorter run car today compared to most other drivers who have long run cars. As I think Peter Lane, yes, he's starting to close in on lap traffic a bit, but now has a 6-second lead. Oh my goodness. I think this might be the biggest lead of the season, maybe. as he just continues to dominate, show how strong of a car he has. I don't think we've had pit stops just yet, but as you can see, I think Garcia Ball with those fresher tires are starting to make his way through the field somewhat. Workington is starting to close back in on Vevels a bit. But Vevels did gain some time there. And it looks like Guerrero has gotten around Fleet Cruz. Looks like Guerrero's got a fast car right now. Alvarez in trouble here a bit. Sherman tried to get around him. Sustry already got around him. As Alvarez continues to drop back. Sherman trying to set up another run here. Can't quite make the move. That might spell trouble for him here. As McTheidig is eyeing that 9th place as well. No cars on pit road yet this time. So I feel like we're closing in on another round of pit stops here. Now we're coming up on 30 laps to go here. Lap 65 of 94. And McTheidig will get around Sherman, and that's not going to work out for Sherman, or maybe it will. He's got to run on the high side here down the backstretch. But McTheidig will outbrake him. And outbrake him big time here. He might clear for 9th place. So yeah, Alvarez kind of being a bit of a nuisance there for Sherman. Slowed him up. And made him lose a position. Now we're at 30 laps to go here today. And so McTheidig into 9th place. Sherman 10th. Oh, the yellow flag's out. Caution is out for the first time today. Oh, and it's big stack up on the backstretch. Multiple cars involved, it seems like. And it does include Ryan Scarrett. Scarrett's car is junked. Oh my goodness, what happened? Wilson blowing an engine. That caused that. I'm not sure what K-Meets is doing there. Shoves Tegan Fox out of the way, and I guess wanted to plow into Wilson first. Bang. Into the back of the 40. And then they pile up behind. Short, Tsukamoto, and then many more drivers start piling in. And oh man. Dan Sedgwick goes for a bit of a ride here. Multiple cars flipping, going upside down, going all over the place here. What in the world was this wreck? And it's pretty much a track walker here as some cars pile into the back of each other back there. And that's pretty much blocked the track and taken multiple cars out of the race suddenly, just like that. And it's included Scarrett. That's huge for the championship there. And huge for Peter Lynn as well. His big lead has shrunken, and maybe he was... Now it looks like he stopped in time, but yeah, it's such a massive wreck, including so many drivers and so many damaged race cars now. So yeah, Peter Wayne's huge lead is gone. And there are so many more damaged race cars now. And Dan Sedgwick somehow is going to drive away from that after taking a bit of a wild ride there. So many damaged race cars here on pit road now. And not on pit road either. So we're under caution for the first time here in Kentucky history. And here they go onto pit road. Everybody's coming here this time by for possibly the final time. As Peter Wayne leads them all down pit road. And into his pit stall, along with Vevels and Workington right behind. Oh, it looks like Perkins is back out. I don't think he was involved in the incident at all. Quick pit stop for Kurt. Still on the lead lap, so I'm not sure what strategy he has. Lane out second, Vebbel's third, Workington fourth. Bad pit stop for Stravostova here. This is going to benefit Perkins here. He stayed out. Or, well, he didn't stay out, but looks like he's on some alternate strategy here. And Stravostova had a bad pit stop, so Perkins will be in a great position to gain a ton of points, unlike Scarrett right now. So this will be interesting to see what happens during the restart here. Getting back ready to go green here after a massive wreck involving multiple drivers. And only 25 are left running here. And there are many damaged race cars here as the lap cars line up on the inside. Kurt Perkins with some interesting strategy here. He did pit, but I think he's on an alternate strategy compared to everybody else behind. Especially Peter Lane, Carlson Vebbels. They might have taken 4 tires compared to Perkins, how many he took. So it'll be interesting to see. And since he's on an alternate strategy, it'll be interesting to see if he can gain, how many points he can gain on Stravostova, as Stravostova had a slow stop. He's now 14th. Base car is going to pull in this time by. And we are getting ready for the first restart of today. Will there only be one caution, or will there be more? Green flag is back out. Perkins with a good restart compared to Peter Lane right behind, and he'll clear Dick Patrick, the slower lap car on the inside. Well, not slow, but lap car on the inside there. And Lane just kind of stuck on the outside there, struggling a bit. Looks like a good restart for Sherman right behind, picked up a couple positions, and now Lane almost got clear of Dick Patrick there. He needs to quickly, big run on the high side. Perkins might be pitting here. What is his strategy? Perkins has to pit, and that's going to cost him everything. What was the strategy there? What was the plan? But either way, Peter Lane is back out front. Stayed out for a long time, and that's going to cost him pretty much all those valuable points he was going to gain on Stravostova. Now, it doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't matter. Although Stravostova is actually losing positions here, so that... Well, I mean, he's going to get lapped here. It doesn't matter what happens. Perkins is going to go a lap down here. 4 tires for him. As Lane continues to lead another lap, Vebbel's trying to catch up, trying to make it competitive. Trying to get around Dick Patrick here at least. Fleet Cruz up into third place as he's gotten around Borkington here. Lap traffic sort of getting in the way of the leaders. That really slowed up Guerrero there with the slower car of Luke Evans. Looks like Sherman did not get a great restart either. He's struggling to stay inside the top 10. Yeah, I think Peter Lane just has the better car, and Perkins is back out. 1 lap down, and he's not even in the free pass position right now, so if a caution does come out, he can't get back on the lead lap. Vebbel's finally getting around Dick Patrick here, or at least trying to. Patrick going to make that a bit difficult. 20 laps to go for Peter Lane as he continues to dominate. Leads another lap. Yeah, race. Vebbels is going to get clear of Dick Patrick there. And looks like he'll try to track down Lane for the lead. Not sure if he's going to be able to here. I mean, he's got plenty of time, but does he have the better car underneath him? That's the question right now. Reeves into the top 10. Looks like he's going to have a strong run as Sherman continues to fall back. Very unfortunate for Sherman after the strong run he had there while under green there, and now he's struggling to hold his position. Perhaps that's because he's stuck on the outside line, and that's not the preferred line right now. It looks like he'll get a nice run out of turn 2 and hang on to, looks like 12th place. Mark Evans into the top 10, looking for a strong run. Guerrero trying to get around Doge Borkington for 3rd place. Looks like he'll be able to do that. Crossing the line here. It's back to over a second as Wayne continues to dominate. Vebles just can't do anything about it, especially with Dick Patrick getting in the way. Kind of annoying him a bit, but it looks like Vebles will keep him right behind. I just don't understand the strategy Perkins is going with. It's going to cost him valuable points by the end of this race. A battle here somewhat between 13th and 12th here as Shrivastava trying to pick up a couple more positions. Trying to get clear of Sherman here. He will. And it looks like they messed up something. The setup there on the pit stop there for Sherman. Fleet Cruiser has fallen back to 9th place. Workington has fallen back too to about 5th place. Maybe got slowed up there by the lap traffic there as well. Gap rose somewhat there again as Dick Patrick continuing to annoy Vebles there. Yeah, even on fresher tires, Perkins isn't really gaining much on the car in front of him, that being Alan Rose. And so he can't really gain any positions right now. He can't really do anything right now. It's so frustrating probably for him right now. It's like, what's the strategy? What was the plan? It's like they didn't even pit at all. Vebles has gained on the lead somewhat a bit. Fastest lap still belongs to Neil Dick there. After all this time. Wayne coming out of turn 4. You see the gap this time by Vebles. Kind of in camera view there a little bit. But I don't think he's fast enough to beat that 33. Yeah, I lost time. That's the thing with whoever's in 2nd place, it seems like today. Compared to Peter Lane, they just gain time and then lose time immediately, it seems like. As Fleet Cruise continues to drop back, looks like they messed up something, the setup as well. And Mark Evans is dropping back too. The rest of these are just the slower cars. Vebles continuing to be hounded by the lap traffic here. Dick Patrick, very fast car underneath him. Just kind of got in a bad situation there with the crash on the backstretch as Guerrero is also catching up too. As Peter Lane continuing to dominate. And what a dominant win, first win this would be. You win the pole, he's probably led the most laps and just had the best car all day. This is what he wanted. And I think this is also going to help him in the championship too. He's kind of starting to peek his head into the championship battle as Guerrero's trying to get around the 28. Trying to get closer to Vebles here. Nelson Reeves up into 4th place. Workington still hanging on to the top 5. Skippy Orson picking up some positions despite the damage to his 22 car. Trying to get around the 55. Can't quite get around Sustry there. Shrivastava still hanging on to the top 10. Sherman trying to fight for 11th there as... Well, Sierra Reno has other ideas here. Trying to clear. Looks like she might be able to clear for 11th here. See the type of run these drivers get off of turn 2. And also the lap traffic as well. That'll also play a factor, the slower 17 machine. looks like Sherman will clear out of turn 4 and up into 11th place, starting to regain those positions he lost on the restart. He's going to have to quickly get around the lap car if he wants a chance. And it looks like he will be able to do that. So good chance at Sherman to get into the top 10 again. Reeves, well, it looks like Guerrero's gotten around for second place. I think Guerrero has the better car right now compared to Vebels, but does he have a better car compared to Peter Lane? I'm not sure. 10 laps to go now. And Guerrero did cut the gap down somewhat there, as Vebels now being hounded by Reeves here for third place. Teammates going at it a bit. It's like lap traffic won't be a factor to end this race here, as rounding turns 3 and 4 see the gap this time by. And see, there's Guerrero in frame. I think Lane has gained some time there, though. No, he's lost some time, but, also the factor, Guerrero's also running out of time there somewhat. He's going to need to gain big if he wants a chance for the lead here. As now Sherman is getting around, Manuel Sanchez is trying to get around Sherman. Can't quite clear. Sherman will hold on to it. And yeah, you can see Guerrero, I think, is getting a bit closer here as the laps continue to tick down. The gap under a second. Guerrero closing in. But will he have enough time to? Starting to run out of laps here as Reeves has gone around Vebels for third place. And I think that was the issue there. Vebels kind of slowing up everybody else behind. As Lane still has a nice lead over Guerrero, and I think he might have pulled away here somewhat. Crossing the line here. Yes, he's brought it up to back over a second here, so the inconsistency between second place and first place with the lap times continues. Nelson Reeves starting to close in on second place. He's going to try to make a move here. And that also doesn't help Guerrero trying to get the lead here if he has to battle other cars for that position. Doge Workington continuing to fall back. A top 10 would still be a nice day for him, as Sherman and Shrivastava, they're battling it out for, I believe, 11th place back there. Guerrero did cut the gap down a little bit, but it's not enough to even have a chance at the lead here. He's going to need to gain big time in these next 5 laps here. Once Lane crosses the line here, it'll be 5 laps to go. Five laps to go now for Peter Lane. The gap grows somewhat as Reeves is once again looking to get second place here. He is not helping Guerrero at all right now. Guerrero's got to be angry about that. Borkington loses another position. Sherman trying to hold on to 11th over Shrivastava. Peter Lane coming around turn 4. No lap traffic even close to Peter Lane right now. Nobody is in a zip code. That's how fast he's been today. 4 laps to go. The gap grows once again. Reeves just not playing nice right now to Guerrero right now, as Guerrero continuing to try to hold him off. But every time he holds him off, he loses time. It's got to be very frustrating for him right now, as Reeves continues to be a thorn in his side as they continue to battle for second. Guerrero might be able to clear. No, he cannot. Reeves now holds on to second place with the 3 laps to go. I think he's going to run out of time here, though. Crossover here by Guerrero as they continue to fight for second. Why are you guys fighting for second? You got to fight for the lead if you have a chance. Both of these have strong cars, but not strong enough to probably beat Lane. Guerrero has a slight edge there a bit, but Reeves will beat him out on the high side here. No, not quite. Did not quite clear yet, and Guerrero will get back into second place. But with 2 laps to go, I think he's run out of time to be able to battle for the lead here. He's not even close to the lead right now. Larson trying to get into the top 5. Had a room underneath McThydig there, but couldn't quite make the move. Sherman closing in on the top 10 once again. As Peter Lane comes around turns 3 and 4, he'll see the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go for Peter Lane to take a dominant first victory in RMS. Just had the best car all day, led the most laps. He continues to pull away from Guerrero. He has pretty much had no competition in this race besides the first few laps with him and Vebels. As he comes down the backstretch for the final time and into turns 3 and 4. This will help him with the championship battle as he exits turn 3 and into turn 4. Another first-time winner in 1998. It's going to be Peter Lane with a dominant victory. He wins the first ever race at Kentucky Motor Speedway. Kentucky Motor. What a dominant victory for him today. And Guerrero did gain some time there, but it was too little too late. So Peter Lane ends up with a dominant victory. And a lot of damaged race cars in the garage right now. Very interesting top 10 we have here. Looks like Stravospa came oh so close to getting into the top 10 there after getting around Sherman, but just ran out of time there simply.